Welcome back, and today we're talking about slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form, and maybe you've seen it before, y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope, and b is your y-intercept. Okay, and remember slope is rise over run, and your y-intercept, when you're graphing using slope-intercept form, the y-intercept is your starting point on the y-axis. I'll show you how that works in a second. Okay. So, and again, if you're wondering why is this called slope-intercept form, because the m is the slope and the b is the y-intercept. So that's why we call it the slope-intercept form. Very, very clear. Now, I'm going to use words real quick to graph. What we want to do is we want to plot a point at the y-intercept. That's step one. Okay. Step two is from that point, you're going to move the slope from the y-intercept. We move the slope. Remember, that's your rise over run. And we plot a second point. After that, then we just draw a straight line between the two, and we are done. Okay? So if I was to give the function y equals, 2x minus 1, we would do a quick xy axis. I'll label this for you guys. Give me a moment. -1, -2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, those are negatives. And we're going to label these guys. This is my x-axis. This one's my y. And I like to kind of say, okay, well, what am I working with here? My m is 2, and I like to make that a fraction. You can turn that into a, put a 1 in the denominator, because 2 is a whole number. And then your b is your -1. Okay, so just remember your b is this guy over here. Here's your m, here's your b. There's a negative there, so we keep that on the b. To graph, I go to -1 on the y-axis, put a nice dot there. From that dot, I move the slope. Remember, my slope is rise over a run, and that's why I made it a fraction. We can see the run is 1. So I go up 1, up 2, and a run of 1. And ta-da, right about there. You could move up and over again, but I like to just use 2 dots and then get my straight line from there. Boom. Look at that. Ta-da. There we go. Your teacher might say label the line. If they do, you can just label right on the line. Y equals 2x minus 1, something like that. And there we go. So that's the process. We always start with the y-intercept, put your dot there, and then move the slope, rise over run. Remember, there's our rise, there's our run, up 2, right 1. We're good to go. Now, I do want to show you guys 2 special cases with graphing. So sometimes you're going to have y equals a number, and sometimes you're going to have x equal a number. Okay? And these guys are different, even though they look like they might be the same. So let's just run with y equals 3. Wheel on a xy axis, we're just going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. If y equals 3, we have to remember, what does this mean? Well, it means y equals 3. So you go to 3 on the y-axis, and you just put a nice dot. There you go. If y equals 3, When x is 1, y is still 3. When x is 2, y is still 3. So all we do here, guys, is wow, that did not. That line's at 3. We're going to just pretend. Y equals 3. When you have y equals a number, you go to that point on the y-axis and you just go left, right. Straight left to right. It's always that number. So you do a horizontal line at that value on the y-axis. Okay. The reason for that, again, is whatever the value of x is, y is always going to be 3. Now, the x, let's go x equals 2. It uses the same principle, but it's just different. Why is it different? Because we are moving along the x-axis this time, because x equals 2. So we go to where x equals 2, right here. And this time we're going to go up, down. We're going to do a vertical line, okay? And again, the reason for that is because whatever the x value is, whatever the y value is, x is 2 this time. So when x equals a number, you go to that number on the x-axis and do a vertical line. If the y equals a number, if you just have y equals a number, you go to that point on the y-axis and go left, right. Anyway, those are just a couple special cases that you might run into during your time in algebra. Hope that's helpful. Have a good day.